जय गोपी जनवरधारी नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयात् भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः Hare Krishna, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, text number 60, 4760. 60, Psych 60. एतद्भगवतः शम्भो एतद्भगवतः शम्भो कर्मद sorry कर्मदक्षाध्वरात् दुर्हा कर्मदक्षाध्वराद्रुहा श्रुतं भगवतश्च स्यात् श्रुतं भगवतः च स्यात् उक्तवान् मे बृहस्पतिः उक्तवान् मे बृहस्पतिः एतद्भगवतः शम्भुः कर्मदक्षाध्वराद्रुहः श्रुतं भगवतश्च स्यात् उक्तवान् मे बृहस्पतिः एतद्भगवतः शम्भो कर्मदक्षाध्वराद्रुहः श्रुतं भगवतश्च स्यात् उक्तवान् मे बृहस्पतिः एतद्भगवतः शम्भो कर्मदक्षाध्वराद्रुहः श्रुतं भगवतश्च स्यात् उक्तवान् मे बृहस्पतिः. So, translation. Maitreya said, "My dear Vidura, I heard the story of Daksha Yajna, which was devastated by Lord Shiva from Uddhava. I heard this story of Daksha Yajna, which was devastated by Lord Shiva from Uddhava, a great devotee and disciple of Vaspati." So this was the end of purport. We are moving to the next verse. I'll just recite this verse, okay? इदं पवित्रं परमेशचेष्टितं यस्यास्ययम् आयुषम् अगु अगु अगौगवृषाणां यो नित्यदा कर्ण्य नरो कीर्तयेत् द्युतोति अगं कौरवा भक्ति भावितः. Translation purport by Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. That's the end of translation. The great sage Maitreya concluded, if one hears again and again, if one hears and again narrates with faith and devotion, the story of Daksha Yajna as it was conducted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, then certainly one is cleared of all contamination of the material existence, O son of Guru. Purport. Thus end of the Bhaktivedanta purports of fourth canto of seventh chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Sacrifice performed by Daksha. Can you call Shamki Prabhu? next chapter, but I should ask you, that can be considered as purport or it is not considered as purport. But the thing is, they put the title purport. See the purport of 4.7.61. It's only like it says end of bhakti and the purport. So that is a
purpose of the fourth canto. Not these words. Fourth canto, chapter 7. No, but title is purport.
Okay, that's okay. So purport, nothing in the purport. That's why they said at the title. Okay, no problem. Should we do next verse or should we? Okay, we're entering into each chapter. Huh? Hari, my favorite. Maitreya Uvacha Shanakadya Naradascha Rubur Hamso Niryata Etai Naite Grahan Brahma Sutta He Avashan Urdhva Retasa He Yashvan Urdhva Retasa. Translation of purport by Srimad Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great Maitreya said, the four great Kumara sages headed by Shanaka, as well as Narada, Rubu, Hamsa, Aruni, and Yati, all sons of Brahma, did not live at home, but became Urdhvaretasa or Naistika Brahmacharis, unadulterated celibates. Purport. The system of brahmacharya has been current since birth of, I think, this should I do purport? The system of brahmacharya has been current since the birth of Brahma. A section of population, especially male, did not marry at all. Instead of allowing their semen to be driven downward, they used to uplift the semen up to the brain. They are called Urdhvaretasa. Those who lift up the semen is so important that if by the yogic process, one can lift the semen up to the brain, he can perform wonderful work. One's memory is enabled to act very swiftly and the duration of life increased. The yogis can thus perform all kinds of austerities with steadiness and be elevated to the highest perfectional stage, even to the spiritual world. Vivid example of brahmacharis who accepted this principle of life are the four sages Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara, as well as Narada and others. Another significant phrase here is Naite Grihan Hi Avyasan. They did not live like at home. Griha means home as well as wife. In fact, home means wife. Home does not mean a room or a house. One who lives with his wife lives at home. Otherwise, a sannyasi or a brahmachari, even though he may live in a room or in a house, he does not live at home. That they did not live at home means they did not accept a wife, and so there was no question of their discharging semen. Semen is meant to be discharged when one has a home, a wife, and intention to beget children. Otherwise, there is no injunction for discharging semen. These principles were followed from the beginning of creation, and such brahmacharis never created progeny. This narration has dealt with the descendants of Lord Brahma from Manu's daughters Prasuti. Prasuti's daughter was Dakshayani and or Sati, in relation with to whom the story of Daksha Yajna was narrated. Maitreya is now explaining about the progeny of sons of Brahma. Out of many sons of Brahma, the Brahmachari sons, headed by Sanaka and Narada, did not marry at all. Therefore, there is no question of narrating the history of their descendants. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोऽन्दिनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining. So I actually prepared for the last two verses, thinking that was a purport. So, no problem. So the last session we discussed about the Daksha Yajna and then the pastimes of Lord Shiva and then Mother Sati's disappearance, and then finally Maitreya Rishi also says that how Mother Sati takes birth again as Parvati. Parvati means son of Parvata, son of Himavan. So if we see that was yesterday, last two classes, like they were discussing about what it is. Is it like by the intention of Lord everything happened, or by like by their karma? So I would like to just to mention that point because it is said that like now one of the purports Prabhupada writes that Lord develops a desire to fight and rest of the thing manifested. Why? Because Lord is said to be Atma Rama, means he is self-satisfied. He is not. He doesn't have any desires. But why does he desire to fight? Is a different thing. Because he desired to fight only because he wants to give all these wonderful pastimes for the conditioned souls. Because see, especially when there is a fight, people will talk. If everything is normal, people will be people just like when people don't have anything to speak about. Hmm. There is no news. News makes sensation. But when we talk about Krishna, we get attracted towards Krishna. We meditate on Krishna. We even uttering the name of Krishna, uttering the name of Vishnu or personality like Lord Shiva will purify us and will connect us back to him. So that's why he wanted to create that sensation in this material world. So otherwise, uh, everything is going fine. Creation happened. Like now, everybody got created. And then everything is going on. That is not the goal. So some people, like when I was preaching, some of them says, Prabhuji, why don't you preach like don't want to take names. So that devotee who actually says application, lifestyle management, all those things. Uh, of course, I can take them. Like, why don't you preach like Gaur Gopal Prabhu? Gaur Gopal Prabhu says such a wonderful applications, how to make changes in life, how to what kind of positive changes that we can bring in our life, like that. So basically, if that is the thing, then the Lord would have just given the Vedas and said, okay, live accordingly, then you will be perfect. Or you could have, so that like that kind of self-help or or kind of self-improvement techniques or methods, or interpersonal skills or communication skills, all those things. Uh, what will they do? What will they do? They'll just keep us in this metal world nicely. Will not be given chance to get out of this metal existence. But when we discuss about the pastimes of Krishna, when we narrate the stories of devotees of Krishna, from there itself we can learn all the self-help messages, all, whatever the knowledge that we require to manage ourselves. If we see the devotees interaction, devotees dealings, uh, so that is wonderfully present there. What should be the nature of a devotee? What like a devotee is the most sophisticated personality of ever existed in this material world. Hmm? The Prabhupada says that devotee is who is a devotee? Devotee is a perfect gentleman. If everybody is a perfect gentleman, then what is the point of quarrel? What is the point of disagreement? What is the point of stress and strain? Everything is perfect. Everybody is perfect. We don't need any other motivation, any other anything to do. Moreover, hearing the pastimes of Krishna will actually relieve us from all the material anxieties. So in this connection, there was nice instances um, in Ramayana actually. It is said that whenever the characters of Ramayana, they are in a state of like indecisive, confused, and then are they don't see any hope in their life. There at that point of time, Ramayana narration of Ramayana itself changed their life. One such instance, like now, for example, even if we see the Krishna Lila also, when Krishna leaves to Mathura and Krishna leaves Vrindavan and goes to Mathura and then to Dwaraka, the Gopis and Braja, they are devastated. They cannot, they, their life and soul is seeing Krishna. Their life and soul is, like every day they wait, they they do everything with Krishna as the center, and suddenly Krishna is gone and is not coming for so long, and the only means for them to survive is talking about Krishna or enacting the pastimes of Krishna or discussing about Krishna Katha. That's how they were able to retain their life. So with respect to Ramayana also, like when when Sita was abducted and then the monkey soldiers were sent to search towards south, the Hanuman and then Angad and that party goes. And Lord Ram has so much confidence that Mother Sita went towards the south, and he was very hopeful that this party who is going towards south will find Mother Sita. That's why Lord Ram gives this ring, his personal ring, to Hanuman. So everybody goes and finally they reaches the ocean, and they said, "Okay, this is the end. We cannot go anything further." So at that point of time, everybody get depressed because they are not like if you see that their thinking was if we take this bad news and gives to Ram out of like saying that we are not able to find Mother Sita, then Ram is so much so he loves Mother Sita so much so that he will leave the body. When Lord Ram leaves the body, then Lakshman leaves the body. When both Ram and Lakshman leaves the body, Sugriv leaves the body. and Sugriv leaves the body. Then like that means like they are thinking that we will be the cause of destruction of entire Vanara army and death of Ram and Lakshman. Instead, what we do, we'll just hear and do prayopavesh. Prayopavesh means fasting until death. So that's what they said, and everybody unanimously agreed. Yes, that is the best thing to do, because if you go and give this bad news to the Ram and Lakshman, they will be very disappointed and they may lose their life. Why should we be the cause of so much uh, inauspiciousness? So they are fasting, and during fasting, what they do? They started singing the Ramayana. Lord Ram was there from Ayodhya, and then it was this happened. Then he was banished, and he came, and he was living with Mother Sita in Panchavati. From there, this Ravan has kidnapped, and then while Ravan was kidnapping, this Jatayu came, and he was started fighting. And Jatayu's brother, his name is Sampati. Sampati was sitting in a cave. And no, the story was Jatayu and Sampati were very powerful eagles. So they once had a competition who will fly higher. So flying, 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 they approached almost the sun. So as soon as they are approaching sun, their feathers started burning. So as soon as the feather started burning, the Sampati actually held Jatayu in his embrace so that he doesn't get exposed to the sun. And finally, both of them fell down. By the time, because Sampati was covering Jatayu, his total feathers are gone because he didn't have any feathers. He don't have any wings. So he was motionless, and he was living in a cave there. And Jatayu sometimes used to bring some food every once in a while, regularly he brings food to Jatayu because he cannot hunt. So and because Jatayu gave up his life as a sacrifice to Ram, and he was not getting any food, and he was starving. And when he saw these monkeys, they're discussing that we will fast and we will die. And Jatayu was very happy. Oh, these monkeys, they are going to fast and they are going to die. Then I will eat their flesh. And that's how I will survive. Like that, Jatayu was thinking, Sampati was thinking. And when these monkey soldiers, they were narrating the story of Lord Ramayana, and then this Jatayu episode came, Sampati became alert. Oh, they are talking about my brother. So suddenly, then Mother Sita is gone. Then this party, so a party of Hanuman, monkeys were sent to in search of Mother Sita in the south. Like that, they said and they stopped because that was the story that they know until. So this Jatayu, Sambati comes out of the cave and asks, "Hey, I heard you saying Jatayu. What happened to him? Is he okay? Because he gave a fight to Ravana. Ravana was a very cruel person. He's a very powerful man. But this monkey soldier says, "I am sorry to say, sir, Jatayu gave up his life in the service of Lord Ram." And this Sampati cries, and then finally consoles himself and says, "I could see Mother Sita in the Lanka from here because my wings are gone, but my vision is sharp. I could see Mother Sita in Lanka. Somebody has to jump to the Lanka." And that gave hope to the all the Wanderer party. So, and what happened, we know, right? After that, Hanumanji was encouraged to jump to Lanka. So in Lanka also, what happens? Uh, like now, Ravana gave time to Mother Sita. Like now, Ravana kidnapped Mother Sita, and it's almost like 1 year. Hmm? So and Mother Sita was not actually agreeing to Ravana's proposal. And finally, like at that point of time, Hanuman was searching in Lanka for Mother Sita. So Hanuman finally went to Ashoka Vatika, where Mother Sita was kept, and he was sitting on the branch. So he was waiting right time to approach to Mother Sita. At that point of time, Ravana comes and says, "Okay, this is the final. I will give only 30 days for you. So within these 30 days, if you don't agree to my proposal, I will tell my soldiers to kill you and serve you in my breakfast. So I will have you either you agree or not, either in the form of a queen or in the form of a breakfast." Such a nice proposal. So Mother Sita was very much devastated. She was repenting. She was recalling everything. Array, why did I unnecessarily ask for golden deer? If not, like I should have at least kept Lakshman with me. I sent Lakshman also, and that I okay. If I sent Lakshman, then why did I give charity to this false sadhu? Uh, I don't deserve to live by committing all those offenses. Let me commit suicide. So Mother Sita, she has a very long, what you call hair. That when they put hair, uh, the braid, huh? But not clip. So that what Jada never braid, okay. So a very long braid, okay. So she wanted to commit suicide using that her hair. So she kept on to the hair and she was about to jump off and commit suicide. At that point, her friend Hanuman was sitting on the branches. He doesn't know what to do because he suddenly approaches in front of Mother Sita. Mother Sita will definitely will doubt it is not Lord Ram's like a messenger. Uh, So he just what to do is he simply starts singing Ramayana. So as soon as Marsita heard this Ramayana, she became very much hopeful. She became very much consoled, and she became very positive. Immediately, she felt a lot of positive symptoms of her, especially for the male personalities, um, like right eye and right what called right hand. And for the women, it is left eye and left hand. Like when they quiver, it means such something auspicious is going to happen. So Mahashita got those symptoms that her left eye and left shoulder was quivering. Means something auspicious is going to happen. So then that's how she was here. Even like not only these two, like I could like, means anytime in life when we are becoming hopeless, when we are becoming don't know what to do. Parikshit Maharaj also he doesn't know what to do. What he did, he simply kept on hearing Krishna Katha. That will give hope to any person at any point of time in any condition of state. One thing is it will balance our emotions. Second thing is it will spiritualize our situation. So that is the best thing. Like that's why Prabhupada says, right? Like chanting holy name of Krishna, you can take it at any point of time in any circumstances. So what I mean to say is we don't have to separately invest on something. We just have to relish Srimad Bhagavatam, relish Krishna Katha. That will be the solution for all our problems. It will give us guidance. It will give us achar, vichar, everything. It is embedded in this. So by hearing all these pastimes of like how Daksha, uh, like Lord personally. Lord personally comes into the mental existence to perform these wonderful pastimes so that people in general can easily get out of this mental existence. The best way to easily get realized to Krishna is to hear about Krishna, appreciate Krishna, remember Krishna. Everything happens with hearing. But for somebody to hear, somebody has to narrate. For somebody to narrate, there should be the wonderful pastimes. So that's why Lord comes and performs these wonderful pastimes. And with these wonderful pastimes, Lord actually narrates, gives messages also. Here he says like no, if you just worship Lord and offend devotees, you are going to not please the Lord. Hmm? So here Daksha, he worshipped Lord. He is a devotee, great devotee of Lord Vishnu, but he offended Lord Shiva. who is the greatest of the devotees. And all the characters, Mother Sati also, she's not able to tolerate. What is the lesson that we get from Mother Sati's episode? If you are personally offended, that's okay. But if in front of you, if the devotee or Lord is offended, you not never tolerate. So, and Daksha's episode also, Daksha, he lost his life unnecessarily. So, like every character, like looking deeper into at every character, we can put ourselves in that position and see what we are doing, and then we can experience that. And it is said that when somebody says some preaching, just give some messages, okay, you do that, we have to do this, we have to do this. Uh, that kind of things we hear and we forget very fast. But something narrated as a pastime that stays in our heart for longer, and it is more relatable to every one of us. So that's what I could say. And here in this, the eighth chapter beginning, which is the Dhruva Maharaj life, uh, these words Prabhupada is highlighting about importance of brahmacharya. Uh, like no, it's everything is clear here. How there are some actually some yogis who actually lived for thousands of years following these principles of brahmacharya. With the principle of urdhva means never discharging the semen. And and I would like to narrate today's auspicious Ekadashi day, is Putrada Ekadashi. So I would like to narrate the story of Putrada Ekadashi also, hearing which creates great auspiciousness. It is said that every Ekadashi has a background story and the glories of that Ekadashi. So we have to do Ekadashi and we have to uh, know the pastimes, know the story of that Ekadashi. That's how we get great benefit out of it. So, especially with respect to all these Ekadashi stories, um, it is given in our Puranas that Lord Yudhishthira Maharaj asking Lord Krishna about the glories of each Ekadashi. So, when Yudhishthira Maharaj asked about this Ekadashi, Krishna said that this Ekadashi has a specialization. What is specialization? Any desire one may have will get fulfilled when we perform this Ekadashi. So especially like somebody who doesn't have son, if they wanted to get a son or child, then following this Ekadashi will bestow them the desired results. It is said that if somebody doesn't have a son, somebody to carry the lineage, or son will do two things. He will offer oblations to the forefathers who are actually living in the Pitrlokas. So it is said somebody passes away, they will not be directly sent to heaven or hell direct. They will be kept for some time so that to see if any of their descendants will offer the oblations to them. What are these pinda or oblations is they offer Krishna Prasam to their forefathers. Then that kind of person they will be relieved of all the sinful reactions and then they will attain the heavenly planets. So, but here about this when describing about this Ekadashi, Krishna narrates the story that there was a king. His name is Suketuman. He is the king of Bhadravati. His kingdom name is Bhadravati, and his wife name is Shaibya. So both of them, they are very pious and they are following all the nitya karmas and all the pujas, and they are very greatly devoted to Lord Hari. But due to their past karma, they were not able to get any child, and they did all the things that is there in their capacity with respect to materialistic life, but they are not able to get any children, especially looking for a son. So, like, especially in this material world, everything is fine, but if you don't have something, the nature of our mind is it is totally focused on only that factor. If somebody has money, somebody has everything that they can think of, if they are not beautiful, immediately he will be always thinking of this one defect I have, and he will be focused. His entire mind will be focused on that aspect, and he will be very conscious whenever he go to the public, like that. So like that, even this Suketuman also, even though he has wonderful kingdom, unrivaled, and then every one of his praja is so happy, everything is doing nicely, but only thing is like Chitraketu, he doesn't have a son, and his mind is fully occupied with that aspect. Okay, and he is thinking like, or I'm not going to have a descendant, so and after me my kingdom has to pass to someone else, and after my life there will be nobody to offer oblations. Him and his wife always contemplating on the same thing only. They are worried so much, so that like they they are thinking this is the worst thing that they can have. So nothing, like, even all the court ministers and everybody were not able to cheer them up. They're becoming more and more depressed and kind of, then one day, he, like, Suketuman, he wanted to commit suicide also. But he, because he is a well-educated person, he then contemplated, if I commit suicide, I will be promoted directly to hellish planets. So it is more worse situation. So what he did instead, he left the palace and went into the forest. So after going into the forest, he saw very nice fruits with nice trees with full of fruits, and he saw animals, like lions with their lion cubs, and then elephants with their babies. Means if somebody is thinking of something, his brain will only work on this way. Wherever I see a tree with fruit, oh, this tree also got children. And whenever I see a group of animals, like deers with their babies, see, even the deers also got babies, the elephants also got babies, and lions also got babies. So his mind is totally awkward with this desire. And finally, what happened? Suddenly, he started feeling very thirsty and hungry. Um, he unexpectedly came out of the forest kingdom and then went so far into the forest. And suddenly he started feeling thirsty and hungry, and he was worried. Array, am I going to die in this forest with no one to care? I might have committed so much sinful actions that I have to die in this situation. He's contemplating like that. So finally, out of his good karma, he sees some uh, ashrams of the sages. No, like, the sages, their name is Ishwadevas. So they are like, 7 or 8 famous sages. So, and he finally got relieved. Okay, I can support myself. Then he goes to the sages and pays obeisances, and then gets up and asks, "Who are you? Like, where are you coming from? You are like, you seem to be very divine. uh, I would like to know about you." Then we should that sages, they start narrating about their past time. "Oh king, we are not from this planet. We are from the heaven, or like, upper planet system. Like in 5 days, we are going to get this Ekadashi. So we came to here to perform this Putrada Ekadashi. So then they explain the glories about Putrada Ekadashi. And this king, he put forth his problem. I have this problem also. Is there any way that you can help me? Then they said, okay, why don't you just follow this Ekadashi? It will definitely help you. Then that king stayed with them only, and then on the Ekadashi, before Ekadashi onwards, they started fasting, and then like na, on Ekadashi day, what we have to do? Upavas. Upavas means not like fasting, living closer to Krishna. Means we have to use all our time and energy in doing seva towards to Krishna, like chanting, hearing, or like that. So he fasted on that day, and then and then next day he broke his parana, like fasting as per the timing, and then he took the leave from the sages and went back home. And after he went back home, after some times, his wife became pregnant, and he has a wonderful son, and that's why this Ekadashi became very famous as Uttarada Ekadashi. It is said that not only about son, any spiritual. See why he wanted son. He wanted son not because he wanted to enjoy, for his enjoyment. He wanted son to carry out the dharma, carry out his legacy. So in the same way, it is said that any desires that we may have, when we follow this Ekadashi will bestow. They didn't say only spiritual desires also. So, but as a devotees of Krishna, our only goal is to attain, perform bhakti to for the pleasure of Guru and Gauranga and Krishna. So that's what like now we can aspire. Okay, let me let me do Ekadashi. This Ekadashi so nicely to make progress in my bhakti, to to do better seva, to please Krishna more. Then that way it will help us in both ways. Okay. So that's what I can say. If anybody have any questions or comments. Vaikuntha Ekadashi, yes, the Sri Sampradaya people, they call this Ekadashi as Vaikuntha Ekadashi because it is said that today is the day that doors of Vaikuntha are open. So open, and I'm not sure. They are open means they will be kept open for long, or today only it is open. Only today the Vaikuntha doors are open for 12 days. Huh? So Ravindra Prabhu is saying that in Tirupati they will open the separate door for beside the altar. So yeah, okay. So we can keep our backup room door open. Pujari room door open today. Kumbh Mela started today, right, Prabhu? Yesterday, 13th. Tomorrow. Okay. Any comments or? But that door, that is open, and okay. So Prabhuji is saying with the Tirupati, that door they open, it is a believed that somebody who passes through that door, they go to Vaikuntha. That is their belief. And as a devotees of Krishna, we can aspire to go to Golok Vrindavan, which is not different from that. Okay. Huh? Yes, Prabhu. So different things work for different people. Maybe Chitraketu Maharaj doesn't follow Ekadashi. We don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. So maybe Chitraketu Maharaj was not advised till now for this. Yes, yes, yes.
So demigods are devotee of
Hmm.
they are mixed devotee.
Yes.
And when devotee their conditions soul wants to make progress on the devotional path, so demigod should make the life more favorable.
Hmm.
But sometimes they create obstacles.
Hmm.
Even through Maharaj case, we can see demigods creating the obstacle, right? At some point,
Hmm.
many cases. So why is like that? But they should be, in fact, doing a favor to them.
So basically, the question is, demigods are the devotees of Krishna, but why will demigods sometimes they create obstacles for the devotees? This is because the demigods they don't create obstacles; they test the devotee. Test in the sense like, is he really worthy of that mercy which he is going to receive? So what will happen is, if like when the test happen, like it is Bhakti Samara says, right? When a testing situation, when a critical situation comes, they are like squeezing the person. Like now, if you squeeze an orange, what will come out? Orange juice will come out. If you squeeze an apple, apple juice will come out. So if you squeeze the situations that this pressing situations comes in our life, what will come out from us is what is our actual nature. See, some people will be nice and good, and but like Kamsa, he was nice and good. He was traveling. As soon as this some pressure came that you are going to die in the hands of your sister's son, eighth son of your sister is going to kill you. Immediately his original nature came out. Immediately grabbed to kill Devaki. So demigods also test. So these tests will glorify the devotee more and more. So and let's see, like if we see any personality, any person, if you want to glorify that person, if I want to glorify you, what will I glorify you? Prabhu, you are working so hard. You worked a 9 to 5 job. Again, you come home, read Bhagavatam, and again you next day you wake up early morning. You drove 1 hour to come here to do this small service of 20 minutes. Means you are I'm glorifying you based on the amount of austerities that you go through. So, even if we see the life of Pandavas, if we see the life of Lord Ram, we glorify them so that they, based on the amount of difficulties that pressing situations they have gone through, and demigods will test. And Krishna, it is said that for a devotee, Krishna won't give test which he cannot handle it. Krishna will help also to how to handle the test. Okay. Yeah, see, like everybody is, Maya is also energy of Krishna, demigods also energy of Krishna. So everybody is all Krishnas only. It is said that on the spiritual platform, even the demons also are Krishnas of Krishna. So the so-called difficulties in this life, in this material world, are sometimes the greatest blessings, because if we, because of the difficult situations only, many of us becomes more and more closer to Krishna. And sometimes most like no, what do you call, favorable situations, like or the sense gratification situations, take us away from Krishna. You are not there nicely doing bhakti. Suddenly you get $100 billion, and suddenly you will become more and more like, deviated, and then very much like neglectful of our spiritual life. So what, like no, it is said that one verse is there, right? Vipado naiva vipada sampado naiva sampada apad apad vipad vismaranam Vishnu sampada tasya samsmriti means the suffering situations are not actually suffering situations, and sampada blissful situations are not actually blissful. The actual vipat is forgetting Krishna, and actual sampada is remembering Krishna. So, based on how much you are able to becoming closer to Krishna, how much the conditions are favorable for us to become closer to Krishna, then if the situations are bringing closer to Krishna, that is actual blessing. If the situations are taking away from Krishna, that is vipat. Okay, so that is the criteria that we have to. So the demigods give difficulties so that the person who is going through test, he becomes much more closer to Krishna. Okay, but of course, because of our limitations, we don't aspire to go through such kind of situations. But as long as we are connected to Krishna, we are taking shelter of Krishna, we are in the asana of devotees. We have no fear. We will progress nicely in our devotion. You would like to add anything? Okay. Done, right? Anybody have any questions or comments online? So I know it is already too late.
Prabhu, thank you so much. It was a very nice class. Very grateful to you. It was really nice today. Thank you.
Plenty Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Anand Koti Vaishnava.